Hey, this is Trisha from Ashford Dog Training, and Clara, who is pouting at the moment because I'm not playing fetch with her. And I just wanted to give you an update. We have been working like crazy on the shop and getting things ready for you guys. So we have an even bigger space now. And then out back, we installed a ton of sod, and we have almost a half acre of outdoor space for us, enclosed, fenced area. So there's that. Also, I wanted to come on here and answer one of your questions. The question I got was, how do you stop your dog from jumping up on you? So we all do it, right? We come home from work, we're carrying a soda or books or something in our hands, and your dog jumps up and the soda goes flying and everything is such a mess, and you're mad at the dog, and all they want to do is greet you, right? Or your elderly neighbor knocks on the door and you open the door and your dog rushes out and hits them and knocks them down. Right? Worst case scenario. We got to prevent that. Now, what if I told you that you caused the problem? Most owners, when they get puppies, the puppies jump up on them, and we give them lots of love for jumping up, and they think it's so cute and so sweet, and yeah, we love on the dog, but when they get big, like an 80-pound lab, or, 140-pound Newfoundland or something like that, they'll knock you over. So it's not okay anymore, but you taught them at a very young age that it was okay to jump up. So now we're changing the rules, right? So if you have a puppy, don't let your dog jump up on you. If you allow them on a furniture, have them come all the way up on the couch or all the way down on the floor. All four paws on the floor. Four on the floor. That's what I say. I say it all the time. But you don't give them love and greeting or attention or treats until their four paws are on the floor. If you do it in the upright position, let's say you have them jump up and give you a hug, and you have not added a command to that, then they think they can hug everybody. So you got to add a command to it. And that's something you teach a dog later on. But for the average person who doesn't have that, and you just want your dog to stop jumping, don't reward them anymore with praise, with attention, good or bad, when they're jumping up. It's harder to stop when they're an adult, but it's doable. There's another way to do it is so dogs are big on body language. People miss dog body language all the time. So when they're jumping at you, they're usually pushing towards you and pushing you backwards a little bit. If you notice that's happening, if you walk towards your dog and keep walking, you're taking their space instead of them taking your space. Because when they take your space, they're more in charge than you are. You're relinquishing that space, right? So you need to take it back. And it's not a big deal. Your dog's jumping up, you just walk towards them, they'll back up because they're like, whoa, what is that? I have no idea. You don't do that. So they back up and you just keep walking. They keep jumping up, you don't give them attention, you walk outside, you go to the bathroom, you go to the fridge, you ignore them, right? If they continue to do it over and over and over again, then it's timeout. I would, make them settle. However you do that in your own home. Everyone has their own opinions on kennels and crates and everything else. So if my dog doesn't know how to settle, then I put them in their crate and they just calm down. And then in a couple minutes, I let them back out and then we try again. So when I practice polite greetings with people, so we call them polite greetings, I'll go to the store and we have the dog on a leash, and we see other people in the store, and so the dog, and then he'll come up to us and say, "Hey, can I pet your dog?" And I teach the dogs that I work with a command that I say, "Go say hi." So the dog cannot go say hi to that person until I release them to go say hi. And all it does is help the dog learn how to control their emotions. They have to be calm before I let them go say hi. If they start to jump up, they have to go back into their, back by my side. When they start, then they can go up to that person calmly, not perfectly calm, but like feet on the floor calm. Then they can say hi. If they start to get hyper again, I back them up. We do this like repeatedly over and over again until the dog can go up and say hi nicely. What really helps is if you have a neighbor or a friend or somebody that can come over that is willing to get jumped on by a dog, we'll do this in all my classes. I've done this with group classes. We all go around the room and we practice, you know, is that dog going to jump up on me? If they jump up, then we practice the polite greeting again, and we do it over and over again. It's repetitive, and it won't happen right away. Clara, leave it. But it takes time. The next one that we do is, besides taking their space, is if you have a situation where you're standing with your dog and you have an elderly neighbor or something is going on and you need to control your dog from jumping up. It's a big deal. They're on a leash, right? Just step on the leash. When they go to jump up, it prevents them from jumping up. You're not hurting your dog. You're not jerking on them. You're not doing any of those things, but what you're doing is preventing them to have that freedom of movement to jump up. Then they're just stuck on the ground. So what I see this scenario a lot of times is when you're walking down the street and your neighbor stops and wants to talk to you. So you're standing there with your dog. Some people will put their dog into a sit. Well, then the dog pops up and stands up again, and then you're telling him to put in a sit. And pretty soon you ignore your dog because you're embarrassed, right? And then your dog starts jumping up because they want more and more attention. So if you're not in a space where you can stop and work with your dog, don't put them in a sit for one. Don't expect them to do something that they're not ready for. And if you have an elderly neighbor, just step on the leash, and then they don't have to worry about it. So if that makes sense, I hope that makes sense to you guys. So 1, don't give them love when they're in the upright position. 4, on the floor. Second, Clarabelle, she wants to go play so bad. Okay, so second, take their space. Walk towards them. They don't know what to do with that. It weirds them out. And 3, just step on the leash. If this helps you, please let me know, and I will do more of these little short videos for you guys. That way, you know, if you have questions, seriously, I would love to answer them for you. And that way, people who have rescue dogs or all these other dogs that are trying so hard to get dogs homed, you know, and you can't get to a trainer, or maybe you don't have the funds for it, but you have enough funds to be able to take care of that dog in your home, let me help you. So just ask your questions, and I will see you guys later. Bye.